Psalm 59 verses 1 through 4 says, "Deliver me from my enemies, O my God. Set me securely on high from those who rise up against me. Deliver me from those who do iniquity, and save me from men of bloodshed. For behold, they have set an ambush for my life. Fierce men launch an attack against me. Not for my transgressions, for my sin, O Lord. For no guilt of mine they run themselves and they set against me. Arouse yourself to help me, and see." Well, if you're joining us in reading through this 6-month reading plan through the book of Psalms, today's reading is Psalm 59, and I encourage you to read that passage. Now, I have a friend who wrote a book from the devil's viewpoint about the birth, death, and resurrection of Christ. It was interesting to read how he personified Satan as demons and how any attacks on the humans were not because they were human, but because Satan, by attacking them, was really trying to attack God. David's underlying message in these first 4 verses is that his enemies are not attacking him for his sins, but rather they are attacking him for what he believes. And that is true for the Christian martyrs throughout the centuries. And if you think about it, it's also true about why Jews are being persecuted throughout the world. It is not because of sins which they might have committed, but rather it's because of with whom they are associated. Now, it's difficult for anyone to sustain attacks even when they are righteous. It's difficult for anyone not to question God's justice when those who are righteous are the ones being attacked and those who are unrighteous are the ones who are doing the attacking. David is very specific in his desire for what God would do to those nations who were against him. But we as Christians are also to ask the question, should we respond in the same way as David? Isn't our responsibility to respond differently than they would in the Old Testament? And the answer has to be both yes and no. We are to pray for our enemies. We are to offer those who steal from us anything else that we might have, Matthew 5:38 through 48. But there is something else that we might think about as well. In Revelation 6, verses 9 and 10, we're told that those who have been martyred during the Great Tribulation pray to God, asking how long they will have to wait before God avenges the killer's blood. These two positions are not contradictory. We are to pray for those who assail us. We need to show Christ's love as we live our lives. But there is a time of judgment coming, and those who do not have a relationship with Christ will be judged. It is not our position to judge someone. We are to pray for them. It is God's position to do the judging. By our asking God to judge, we are removing our desire from our daily lives and placing them on God, which is the correct place to place them. We are to pray for our enemies. We are to desire, just like God, that they are to be saved. And we are to let God be God. And if you would like a PDF copy of this entire reading plan, please send an email to phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.